Well, hello, and welcome to another episode of Glorious Life on Wheels. You know, this was certainly not the video that I intended to air today. In fact, that video was a video of an interview that I did, one of many, at Tiny Fest, highlighting and showing some beautiful tiny homes and just unique builds, and also interviews with some really special people. But something happened this weekend, something in North Carolina, that I think is so critical and demonstrates such a high need for all of us, no matter where you are and what you're doing, whether you're living in a van or an RV, or whether you're living in a traditional house or apartment. I think what happened in North Carolina this weekend is a warning. It's a warning that we need to be prepared for things that may be coming down the pike. So, today I'm going to discuss some of those things with you, give you some background, and in upcoming videos with some experts, share some things you can do to be prepared. So come on, let's talk about what happened this weekend in North Carolina. This weekend in Moore County, North Carolina, a person or persons, unknown still, destroyed two substations that were operated by Duke Energy. The result is that over 40,000, that's right, 40,000 people were without electricity for several days. I contacted and spoke with a representative of Duke Energy, and at the time that I spoke with her, which was a couple days after the incident, power had only been restored to 2,500 people, and it was still going to be at least a couple more days, she estimated, before power would be fully restored. This is huge, folks. The impact of this shutdown was devastating. It was at a time when temperatures were in the freezing zone. Temperatures were in the 20s. I heard about one woman who needed electricity to keep a heart and lung machine that she was on operating. And who knows how many people needed electricity for CPAP machines, also to keep their insulin refrigerated. I heard that one regional medical center had stopped all elective surgeries, primary care facilities closed down, schools shut down, there were grocery stores that shut down, gas stations shut down. Heck, even the stoplights weren't working, and they initiated a curfew from 9 p.m. until 5 a.m. I mean, this is, I was going to say it's unprecedented, but it's not unprecedented. It has happened before in this country. In fact, in 2013, a similar thing happened up near San Jose to equipment that was operated by Pacific Gas and Electric, PG&E. It caused $15 million worth of damage. The representative I spoke to with Duke Energy in North Carolina said they haven't even begun to start tallying up the cost of the damage and the repairs to their substations. But also, I was reading a report today on another news outlet, and it disclosed that there's a federal memo out that shared that power companies in Oregon and in Washington had reported that their substations have been attacked. The cause or the reason for those attacks was cited as anti-government criminal activity. Based on an NBC news report I read, between January and August of this year alone, there were 106 either attacks or acts of vandalism against the electric grid in this country. That's frightening. And in 2013, the commissioner or director of FERC, and FERC is the federal, I'm looking at my notes here, the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, and they regulate the interstate transmission of electricity, natural gas, and oil. Well, in a report that he commissioned, it showed that our electric grid was extremely vulnerable. Not only vulnerable, but that it would take very little to completely thrust this country into darkness and take down the grid entirely. Now, when I spoke with the representative from Duke Energy, she said that there were systems in place, security systems in place, but she couldn't share them with me because of, security concerns. But clearly, those security measures were not sufficient. And I fear that there are many more substations across this country that very unsophisticated attacks using unsophisticated equipment could take out. So what's the point of this video? Well, the point of this video is to tell you that whether you live in a van or a house, whatever your status is, you need to be prepared. You need to be prepared to last potentially several days without electricity and without anyone being able to get to you to get help to you. So what I'm going to do to assist in helping you get prepared, I am going to be bringing you at least one, maybe two videos over the next few days with some experts who are going to share their expertise with you and give you some guidelines on some things you need to do. But we're living in serious times and we all need to be prepared. One thing to those that are nomads, you may be asking, well, you know what, I live in a van or I live in an RV, I just can get in my vehicle and move. Well, you may not be able to do that because, for one thing, the gas stations were shut down. Number two, I know people who towards the end of the month, they don't have the money to buy gas or to fill up their rig, and they're waiting for their Social Security check to come in. So if you're in that position, even if gas stations were open, you might not be able to buy the gas to leave. So it's best to be prepared, and to that end, again, I will be bringing some videos over the next few days, hopefully, with at least one expert who will share their expertise with you and how to be prepared should we have a down-grid situation or some other emergency, drought, forest fire, hurricane, whatever, that would require you to be self-sufficient for several days. All right. May your journeys be filled with joy and blessings, and I am going to be bringing you some really valuable information over the next few days. And then I will be sharing the videos I plan to on Tiny Fest. All right, see you later, Globies. Bye-bye.